Times in that game, you'd be thinking, I'm going to lose this. Times in that game, you're thinking, I've got it. How many times did it switch between the two? Because I lost track.
Yeah, it was a strange game, tough game to play. Scott was fantastic. He put the pressure on me straight away from the start. I walked off 2-0 down, and I saw what he was averaging as I walked off, which is probably a bad thing to do when when you're losing. He was averaging 108. He was playing fantastic. All I could do was come back out, give it me all, try and put him under a bit of pressure, which could hopefully make him miss a few doubles, and that's what happened. I did believe I was out when I walked off at that break. I think I won the first leg, and I thought, right, come on, win this set against a throw, and put him under pressure. And I put him under pressure, and I won't say he crumbled, but he missed opportunities. And luckily for me, he did that, and I got the result.
Deciding set, I mean, you're banging a 150, and it looks like a match winner or a match saver, and then he hits back with a 125. I mean, what's going on in your head while that's happening?
Now that's the class of Scott Waits. The rankings do not do Scott Waits justice. He's a two-time world champion. He's won the Grand Slam. I know that he's got absolute class, and he should have beat me last month at the Players' Championship. So I took that 150 out, give it some, and he followed it up with a 180 to kick the start of the leg, and banged a 125 out to go 1-1. So fair play to him. But then after that, I don't know what happened. The gods were with me. We started missing doubles, and I still had to hit them, and I did hit them, and I've won. And I think you need a game like that. Sometimes it's not nice to play in, but I think I can kick on from that now. It's one of them where I believe that maybe I should have been out the tournament. I'm still in the tournament, so let's continue and let's crack on.
Well, we've seen plenty of players in the past that have won their World Championships, survived match starts or scares. I mean, you've had it yourself against Gerwyn Price a couple of years back, and you debut.
Yeah, definitely. I always talk about that moment. If he hit that bull to beat me 3-0, would I have achieved what I've done over the last 2 years? Would I have been a Premier League runner-up? Honest to God, nah, it wouldn't have happened, and things happen for a reason. That's what I believe. I think that he's missed them doubles because I'm going to become the world champion.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, we hope. Come on, let's pray.
The thing is, though,
you never know.
Yeah, why not? I mean, Premier League runner-up, you've already won major titles. The start of the year, certainly, everybody's talking about the big three: Van Gerwen, Wright, Price. The start of the year, you had a legitimate claim to be next in line in terms of best player in the world, didn't you?
Yeah, my form before COVID was probably, I rated myself one of the best players in the world. I still rate myself one of the best players in the world, but certainly in that Elite Four. COVID's not been, apart from the home tour, Dan, which I won that for you, obviously. But apart from that, it's been a tough year for me. I love the fans. Me, Gezi and Michael, to be quite honest with you, we love the fans here. They're not here, and I've really struggled, to be honest with you. I've only been a professional for 2 years, and still playing in front of fans is still an amazing buzz for me, and it kind of been taken away. But I put the hours in the last probably 3 weeks because I know I've been struggling. I have worked my off. I've been doing 6 to 8 hours a day. I've been up to Scotland to play with Andy Bolton and practicing with Smithy. I've been putting the hours in, and okay, maybe I shouldn't have won that game tonight, but I kind of feel like that was my reward for putting so many hours in and dedication over the last 3 weeks.
You make your own luck. Well played. Enjoy Christmas.
Cheers, Dan, and you.
Nathan, congratulations. Just touching on what you said there about the fans. When we spoke to you at the Players' Championships, you were the most excited player. The announcement we'd have 1,000 in there. How did you feel when that was crushed and it was going back behind closed doors?
Gutted. Fans make darts. Us lads, we go up there, we do our best, we try and entertain. Obviously, there's more players that entertain than others. I put myself in that category. Me, Gezi, we give it some, and it's pure emotion. The fans got kind of taken away from us, and I was absolutely gutted. I couldn't believe it. And the setup out there was mega, but I expected to come here with all the crowd and all the noise and everything, and it was really, really hard. It was really quiet out there. But it is what it is, and I'll try my best, whatever the conditions. Just happy that I'm playing darts, and if I come become the world champion on the 3rd of January, I don't care whether there's 10,000 or just you there, Phil. I'm the world champion, and that's all that matters.
Back to the game. When he's got
I've only won one game.
When he's got 3 darts at 10s,
yeah.
The fact that he'd missed darts against you at the Players, were you thinking he might just miss this again here?
I didn't think he'd miss, but when he did miss, I was thinking he's definitely thinking about that game, because as a dart player, you do think of past things that happened. Even 2 years on, Smithy hit a double 9 against me when I played him in the semis. I think it was to go 4-3 up, and we always laugh and joke and talk about that double 9. It's always in my head that he hit that double 9 and that winning that match. So on a different scale, he missed them 3 darts. He must have been thinking about them doubles, and I knew that. And I just thought, kick off well in the last leg, and he will just crumble, and he did. And darts is a lot of ability. You know, we put a lot of hours in, but when you get to a certain level, it's up there. And I think I've won that game today because honestly I'm really strong up there, and I think I've just had that little bit extra.
Start of the match, you said when you looked at his average, he's averaging near on 108. Do you think the fact that he's already played out there once gave him that quick start over you because you didn't know what to expect out there?
No, we played a lot of events behind closed doors, but that was probably the quietest with regards to the artificial noise. It was so quiet, and I didn't expect it to be that quiet. But I spoke to a few players in the hotel, Devon, Chizzy when he walked off about it, and I kind of knew what to expect. But then when I walked out, I was like, wow, this is like, even the walk-on was like so quiet. But I don't think it played a factor, because we played it for 6 months now behind closed doors, and we played so many games. I just think he just played a fantastic game at the start, and I didn't.
Can you enjoy Christmas Day a little bit more now than what you could have done?
Well, I can, but I've got to cook dinner, because obviously we're getting tested again when we come back. So normally I always go to my grandma's, and she normally does the dinner. And obviously with what's going on, I can't risk anything. So I wasn't actually going to go home, but I've got two daughters, and I kind of said, right, I'll come home, but we're staying in the house. I'll cook dinner. You're doing the pots, Kirsty. And we'll enjoy dinner, and I'll come back up Boxing Day.
Last one. As a player, is that obviously heart versus head, obviously a young family, but how gutted would you be if you come back and then fail the test? Is that like literally heart versus head here?
Trust you to ask that. I'd be gutted. Listen, if we didn't get tested, if I stayed and I didn't get tested, I would have took the sacrifice and stayed. And my family support me, and that was the decision that we decided on. I spoke to Graham Fairhurst, and he said, you have to get tested anyway. So we're going home, we're staying in the house, we're not seeing anyone. It is what it is. This is my career. I'm doing it, for my family to have a better life, and they all know that. They all support me, and I'll come back, and fingers crossed, we don't fail.
Nathan, pleasure as always. Thanks very much, man.
Cheers.
Nathan, you say about looking at Scott's average after the second break. What did you say to yourself while you're backstage then?
Just try and dig deep, try and keep throwing like he was. I knew I was playing okay. My scoring wasn't great. I think I walked off and I knew I'd not hit 180, and I'm thinking just try and up your scoring a bit, put him in a bit of pressure, and maybe he'll start missing doubles. And if he doesn't, and he finishes the game off, then fair play to him. He played a great game, but I upped my scoring, he missed the doubles, I won, and kind of everything that I panned out in my head when I walked off kind of happened. So I feel like I've got, I passed go and collected my 200 quid, and got another life. But I've won, and I'm into the next round.
The last two World Championships have played a very big part in your career. Is it a little bit different this time around in terms of expectation? Obviously, everything's very different out there.
There's a lot of people that think I'm going to do well. For myself personally, I'm just going to. I love the fans. As I keep saying, I love the crowd. The louder, the better for me. Getting the Premier League last year was a dream, and walking out in front of 10,000 people going absolutely mental. I love. So I'm treating this tournament. I'm trying as hard as I can to try and get myself going, try and get the adrenaline pumping, and I want to win this title, with fans or without fans. I'm there. I'm giving 100%, trying to get myself going, and I got myself going at the end. Got myself going, got the result. So happy days.
Okay. Cheers for your time, Nathan.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
Not on a